Okay. So as I mentioned, today I'm going to start actually the Spark SQL part, which we are going to use regularly in our day-to-day activities in Databricks. Okay. It is quite similar to your traditional database queries that you use regularly in your work. Okay. Same thing I'm going to discuss here. But the only difference between that SQL and the SQL that we are writing here is we are writing here in programmatic way. That's it. In a PySpark, we are writing it. That's it. Okay. So for that, I'm telling is like I'm going to take two different data frames here. One is employee data frame and second one is the department data frame. Okay. So both I'm trying to create. So before that one, I'm just trying to create a Spark session. I told you, as I mentioned, right? As long as you guys are executing your queries in your local Spark, you have to create a Spark session. But in Databricks, it is not required. That is what I was mentioning. Okay. So let me try to create the department def underscore is there here. Dept underscore def. Okay. Now here employee data frame is not there. I'm just trying to execute this one. See? So this is my employee data and this is my department data. Okay. So for now, what I will do is I wanted to show you comparison between the SQL and the commands that we are going to write, right? So for that, I wanted to create a temporary view. So how do I do that one? Can you guys help me? Last week, I think we have discussed about that one, right? Now, can you guys help me here how to create a temporary view and how to query the data from that? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Create
df
or
dot,
replace.
df dot.
Create,
Create or
Uh,
replace global temp.
create or replace.
so temporary views only. Mostly we are going to create temporary views only, not global temporary views. In our real time also, mostly 90% of the, not 99% of the cases, we go with the temporary views only. Okay, just for storing the data temporarily. Create or replace temp view. Okay, so inside this one, within double brackets or within single quotes or double quotes, you need to mention the view name here. So my view name is actually view underscore empr, like a emp underscore view. Anything you can take it, no problem here. Okay, so I just executed that. So whether it is really created or not, how do we know that one? Sorry, spark.sql, right? Spark.sql of now what we need to execute here?
Tables.
Show
Okay.
tables, right? So this is what the command I told you in last week. Okay, just execute this one, and you need to, since it is going to create actually data frame here, we need to write show command, right? So let me execute this one. See, currently the view got created here. Now, if at all, if you want to query the data from this particular view, now what we need to do? So Spark dot SQL of. Now, what we need to do is within double quotes, you can write whatever the query you want. Okay. Simply, you need to write select star from view underscore EMP. This is what we write in SQL actually. So let me execute this one. And dot show command is required actually. Dot show I'm writing here. Now see what is the output you're getting. Same output. When you do df dot show or when you create a view on top of the twin and when you do select star from this one, both are same actually. Okay. Huh. But here we can write in a traditional SQL way actually, I can say. Okay. Now anyway, we do these activities as well in real time. I mean, that's up to you whether you wanted to go with the traditional SQLs or you wanted to go with the programmatic SQLs. So sometimes I use mix up like these things actually. Both I use actually. Okay. So for that we need to understand all these things. Okay. Let me try to explain the first one. Okay. When I do star here, what is happening in SQL? It will display all the column values, right? All the columns and its corresponding values, right? So how do we do that one programmatically in PySpark? That's what we need to understand here. Okay. So for that, my data is actually stored in a DF. That is data frame name. Okay. Here also you need to write actually select. That's it. So within double quotes, you just mention here start. That's it. Do you see any difference? See here, star from table or view we are doing here. Now on top of data frame only we are writing the select here. That's it. This is just a method. Select is a method here on top of this one. Okay, just execute this one. So since, okay, let me execute. See what you're getting here. You're getting the data frame object here, but I don't want data frame object here. I wanted to see the data from it. Now let me execute this one. See what you're getting here. Output is same. Output is same. Okay. Now tell me, if at all, if you want to select only few columns, how do we do that one in SQL? Come on, help me. Let's say my requirement is to select only first two columns. Employee number, comma, e-name. E-name, e-name only. So I'll select only those two columns here. So I'll just try to mention like this. So, but how do we write here? Instead of star, what do we need to mention? So can I mention here e-name? Okay. So comma within double quotes again, employee number, right? Okay. EMP number. Column address up to you. Whether you wanted to mention employee number first, after that e-name, you can mention it properly. So see, same thing I'm doing here. Whatever I'm doing in SQL, same thing I'm trying to use here. That's it. So there are different variations are there, guys, actually, to do this activity. I'll tell you one by one variation here. Okay. Okay. So either you can use double quotes or single quotes for selecting the columns. Okay, that's up to you. Mostly I used to use double quotes only. Okay. So I can write like, or I can modify this one only directly. Or you wanted to, okay, that's fine. So single quotes I'm trying to use here in place of double quotes. This is also fine here. This is also fine. See, I'm able to get it. I'm able to get it. Okay, you just select the columns, whatever is required for you. Now, so there are other variations also there here. What we can do is, um, we have to mention like this. If you don't want to mention like this, right? So call off also we can mention here. Okay, that's what I'm going to mention here. Call off. Okay, that means you're telling to Spark, hey, this is a column. You try to select it. Okay, let's see whether we are going to get the output or not. It is throwing error. Call is not defined, because this is a function or like some attribute right here. Now we need to import that actually. So from where we need to import? So now tell me, from PySpark dot, sorry, from PySpark dot SQL dot functions. This command we write regularly in our real time. Okay. So from SQL functions, import, okay, call. That's it. This is one of the SQL function, I can say. PySpark SQL function, I can say. So after that, we need to write it. Now let me execute this command here. See what is happening here? Same thing only. See, explicitly we are mentioning, hey, this is column. Column of employee name, column of employee number. Or you can mention as column. Okay. Now what we need to mention is as, like what is this alias name means. So whatever you're giving alias name, you have to use that one definitely here. That is what I mentioned in Python. Okay, let me execute in the same way. See, I can able to see that one easily as it is. This is also one of the variation actually. Okay. Or if you don't want to select in this way, okay, what I can do is I can do in this way also. Okay. Uh, df off, but df off we should write like this. Okay. So in place of this one, df like this we need to mention. See, same output you're getting. df means from this one you try to select this column. That's what the meaning of this. You guys know back and actually it stores in a row format, right? From that you're selecting this column. That's it. As simple as that. Or we can do in this way also. df dot also we can mention here. Okay. df dot we can mention, but these single quotes, double quotes are not required here. Oh, sorry. directly we can mention df dot employee number or df dot e name. So you can mention like this also. Same output you are getting. See, multiple variations I'm trying. In your project, if you see this variation or the earlier variations, you should be able to understand, okay, these are different variations in the select command. That's what you need to understand. So I'm trying to explain all the variations that we use regularly in our real time. Clear?
Shiva, if we have multiple views or there, how we can
I'll come to that joining and all. So not now. Later we can discuss that.
not joining this.
Hmm.
We have created one view, temporary view. We
Correct.
underscore employee. Like we can create a department.
Department we
How
also can you can mention that one only here directly. Okay, so Control C, Control V in place of this one, DEPT underscore DF, and in place
okay,
of EMP we can mention DEPT. That's it. Backend it is going to create this one. See, both are created, right?
okay. DF holding that view component, right?
Employee data. Department DF is holding actually department data. That's it.
Yeah, that is the my doubt.
Hmm. This is temporary only. If the cluster is restarted, this data is gone actually again.
Yes. No,
Okay.
not mentioning any view name here while selecting here. DF data
No,
select of
this is
DF.
DF data frame is holding that one, right? See, we don't.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you why did I write this command is just to show you how we write it in SQL and how we write it in programmatic way.
yeah. I
That's
have a
what I
doubt
wanted to show you.
on it. That's why DF holding the that view name.
Data frame data
Data.
actually. No, it's
Yeah,
not view data. View is nowhere related with this data frame. This view is created on top of this data frame only, right?
yeah.
Uh, this view is a base. Sorry, this data frame is a base database that I've created here.
Okay.
Okay, on top of this one only I've created a view. On top of that one only I'm trying to select the columns here.
Yes. Got it.
Okay. Uh, Along with these variations, we also use other commands. Okay, before that one, what I wanted to tell you is, if I want to see schema of this particular data frame, what is the command we use? What is the command we use?
Print schema.
Print schema, right? So this is what we write. This is only for understanding the schema of the data frame. So, but along with this one, what we use is, if at all, if you want to know the columns of the data frame, okay, what columns are there in the data frame? Okay, if you want to know that, so we can use actually df dot columns. Execute this one. See what you're getting actually. What you're getting? The columns of the data frame. Okay, now what I will do is, why I'm telling, I'll talk about that one. So I'm telling that one is, you can use, oh sorry, you can use this one here. So df dot, what I can do is select of, you can use uh, column names like this also. Happily, you can mention all the column names in a list format as well. This is also one more variation in the select. We use in dynamic for selecting the columns dynamically. We use this approach actually. Even today also I use this approach in my coding. Okay, so let me try to display that. So dot show command, I'm just trying to execute. See, same output I'm getting here. See, guys, tell me one thing here. Instead of hard coding the column names here, can I directly mention here df dot columns? Okay, so without mentioning this square brackets, can I mention like this? Can I mention like this?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, happily you can mention. See, ultimately backend what it is going to create df dot columns, array of that column names, right? Same thing I'm just passing as an input to the select, right? That's what I'm getting output here. Okay. So df dot see, if you don't want to do that one, we have another approach also. Since it is creating a list here, so how to iterate the elements from the list? How to iterate the elements from the list for column underscore name in df columns. This one also gives the same thing. Okay. What did I do mistake here? What did I do mistake here? 1 second. Same thing, right? 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. We can mention that. Column. Okay, okay, okay. So we need to use actually this one, right? Okay, let me try to use that. We can mention like this also. Okay, let me use that one here. Same thing only, but I'm just using here the square bracket. That's it. Okay. Now let me execute this and see. Same thing it is giving again. Okay. So column for column in df column names. That's it. So it is going to iterate actually all the values from this list, right? Now on top of this one, I'm just creating a list here and passing the same thing to the select command. Same as it is output I'm getting here. Okay. So this is one thing, and one more thing we use also, guys. Actually, sometimes what happens, if at all, if you want to know the data types also on the data frame, actually, so D types also we use actually. Okay, this is what we use. Even in today, my coding as well, I use this command actually. Why I wanted to do that one is, if the data frame data type is string, I wanted to trim all the columns actually. I wanted to trim it actually. That was my requirement. For that, I use this df dot d types. D types is going to give the column name along with the data type. Column name along with the data type in a tuple format. So overall output you will get in a list format. If you want to iterate this one, you can iterate it, right? You know how to iterate in the for loop, right? You know how to iterate it, right?
Mhm.
Okay, you guys know it very well. Okay, for C underscore name, what is that? A column name it is giving first, right? So C underscore type, same command I wrote in my real-time um, program. Okay, so for C type, C name comma C type in df types, colon, print of, what do you want to print here? C name and C type, column name and column. Okay, why did I take two temporary variables here? Why did I take
Column,
here?
column name and the data type.
Column type. Okay. So why did I take two here? Usually we take only one, right? Because the output actually, the elements are in the tuple format, right? The tuple, how many elements are there? Two elements are there, right? I have to store it, I have to take two variables right here. I've explained already this one. Okay. Now let me execute this one. See what you're getting? Employee number, integer, employee name is string, blah, blah, blah. We are getting all these things. Okay. This is what I used actually. So if okay. C underscore type equal to string. Then I wanted to actually do this one. I wanted to trim all the columns, trim all the column values. Then what we have to do is df dot. So I used actually with column here because you trim the value and store store the data directly in the data frame only. That okay. I'm going to talk about this with column. Don't worry. I'm telling you what did I write in my real time code. Okay. So with the column of what I sorry my spell mistake is COLU with column. Okay, of uh, um C name underscore name, comma. So trim of, okay, call of, okay, C name. C underscore name. This is what I used. Okay, let me execute this one. Df dot show. Okay, now let me execute this one. So C type is not, oh, spell mistake
Typo.
somewhere. Oh, okay. 1 second. C type. Now let me execute this one. String is not defined. Okay, double quotes we need to put this one. Okay, now execute this one. Now we'll get issue with the call and the trim as well. Now we need to import those functions actually. So for that, I copy this as is and I'll hit enter here and just paste it here along with the column. Okay, so I don't want to use the alias name here. Mostly we use call only, comma, trim I'll try to use here. Okay, now try to execute this one. See, output I'm getting properly here. Because in my project, actually, all the string columns, we are trimming it. What trim does actually? What trim does?
Eliminate spaces.
Remove
It
spaces.
eliminates the leading and trailing spaces, both. If you want to like eliminate only leading spaces, L trim. Okay, so the other way around, R trim. That's it. Okay, yeah. So I mean, these comments definitely useful for you guys. Whatever you understood in Python, whatever you're trying to understand it in PySpark, so mix of those things you use it in real time. Okay, so the more you put in data types in Python, the more you can code. Okay. Any question here?
No, sure.
Okay. So different variations. Now tell me what are all the different ways are there to select the columns. You can select the columns in double quotes. You can select the columns in single quotes. You can select the columns using call of column name. Okay. Or you can use df of column name. Or you can use you can write df dot column name. Or if at all, if you want to mention all the column names, select of df dot columns. Okay. Or if at all, if you want to know the data type of that data frame, then D types we have to use. Clear? Now, Shiva, so we actually write like this. I don't want to take the column name like this. So in SQL, we write like this. How do we write this one in Spark? Okay, as employee underscore number. This is what I wanted to write it actually. What is this actually? Select employee number as employee underscore number. What I'm doing here? What I'm doing here?
Alias names.
Just an alias name, right? Okay. So employee underscore name. Okay. Now what you'll get actually in SQL, you'll get the column names as employee number, employee name. Now same activity, how do we do it in PySpark programmatically? So if I do the same activity as is here, what is happening? What will happen? You try to understand. Okay. I'm just comparing with SQL guys so that you can easily correlate it. That's what my intention here. So df dot, what I'm trying to do is df dot. So select as is I'm writing here. Oh, sorry. Select as is I'm writing here. So within double quotes, I'm writing here emp number, comma. So within double quotes, I'm just trying to mention emp name. What is that? Ename. Sorry. Ename. These two columns I'm using here. Okay. Dot show command. Okay, now let me see, guys. I'm just trying to use show command here, just for understanding here. But generally, we use actually df2 equal to, we write it and df2 dot show command, we write it. Anything is okay. Assigning this entire thing to another data frame, I'm trying to display that one. Or directly you can write the show command on top of this data frame as well. You guys know the difference, right? You guys know the difference or not?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. So let me execute this one. Say same output I'm getting here. So instead of assigning this one to another data frame, I'm directly writing the show command on top of that. Anything is okay. See, ultimately, this is going to create a data frame object in the backend. If you want, you can know that one easily. How do we know whether it is creating a data frame object or not? So print of, so type of df2. That's it. Execute this one. See what it is creating? Data frame only. When you create an RDD, assigning that one to another object, what it is going to create when you do transformation? See, indirectly, this is a transformation or action. This is a transformation or action. Hey, why are we writing show command here? Tell me. Just to show the data, na?
Display the.
To display the output, huh?
Yes.
Come on, come on, come on. In PySpark, we have transformations and actions. Now, show command comes under
Show
what?
is the method.
Huh?
Action.
Action. Show is an action. That is the reason why we are able to see the output here. This is a transformation. Select is a transformation. Select comes under transformation. Show comes under action. Show is equivalent to, I mean, not exactly equal, but similar to collect or not. Correct or not? Same way here also. Collect is an action. Show is also an action. Okay, so let me execute this. Okay, now Shiva, I wanted to mention alias name here. Now, can I write this one? So if I mention here like this, employee underscore name, now will it execute this one? It is throwing error. It doesn't work out here. It doesn't work out, guys, actually here. But how do we write it? I know only SQL. I wanted to write in the same way. If you want to do that one, you simply mention it as expression. Okay, you're writing as an expression here. That is the reason why you simply mention expr, but you need to import it, of course. So for that one, from PySpark.sql import expr. That's it. Execute this one as is. Cannot. Oh, something is wrong here. SQL.function. Sorry. Functions. Import this one and try to do that one. See, I'm getting it output as this. But we never write like this. Don't worry. You know what happens here when you write an expression? You can use SQL kind of syntaxes here. Whatever you do in SQL here, within double quotes, you do the same thing within expression. But we don't write it like this. Don't worry. Sometimes I use these commands as well in my coding. Sometimes, not all the time. Now, are you getting the difference? I mean, are you able to correlate here? Huh. Now, let me tell you here. You're feeling difficult right here. Now I'll make it easy. Don't worry. So what the PySpark guys has done, here. So they're just combining here, select and the expression here, and they prepared one more API on top of that one. That is df dot select expr of what inside that one, whatever you want, you can write it. Okay, I'm just selecting here the column names as employee number, comma e name. Just do the. Oh, sorry, my bad. One second. My bad. One second. Okay, so just mention it separately. Now do this one and dot show, right? Dot show command. Now see what is happening. See, same thing I'm getting here. Select. See, select and expression. I'm just trying to. Okay. Now here, inside the select expression, whatever you do generally in SQL, right? You can do it as employee underscore name number. Yeah, number. You can write happily like this. I wanted to increase the salary, 1,000 rupees salary to everyone. I can do happily within double quotes, salary plus 1,000 as new underscore sal. Okay, this is what I wanted to write. See, I'm getting it. So if you want, you can display that salary as well. Okay, now see, 5,000 plus 1,000 is 6,000, 1,850 plus 1,000 is 2,850. See, I got the output properly. Clear?
So,
But you cannot write these kind of expressions directly in the selector. So you use select expression and try to write whatever the expression you want. SQL kind of expressions you can write, guys. Whatever you know in SQL, you can write it within double quotes here for each column. Whatever you know. That is what I'm mentioning in my documentation. Where is this one? Select expression. See,
Directly we can write SQL command only, right? Why do you want to do this stuff?
if at all, if you want to make it dynamic, how do we do that one? To make it dynamic, actually, we have to take like this one. I know you can write directly here the table name and all. Sorry, column names and all. But if at all, if you want to handle it dynamically, you have to do like this. You'll understand slowly, but for now, you just try to understand all these variations. Okay, once you start writing the coding, right, you will understand the real use of these comments. Okay. Okay, so that is one thing. I think you already mentioned all these things. If at all, if you want to split the like year, date, month from the hire date, you can do that one happily using the split function. Okay, or you can use the new salary also. You can write expressions. You can write whatever you want. That's what I mean to say. You can rename the column. You can apply the expressions here, and you can perform the aggregation here. Aggregation also you can perform happily here. You can within yeah, in SQL whatever you do here. Let's say what I'm doing here is average of salary. I wanted to find out actually. Okay, so AVG of how do we write it? Average of uh, salary we write it, right? Salary. We are just trying to execute this one. Now see why it is throwing error here. When I use the aggregation function, what we need to do here?
group it.
Uh, Group by the whatever the column names we have here, that we need to mention right here. So now I need to mention. I'm just removing this alias names here for now, just to make it clean. Okay, so group by employee number, comma, e-name. That is what I mentioned. Oh, okay, sorry. Space we need to give, right? Employee number, comma, e-name. So let me execute this one. See, that is what I got here. Okay, average. Or if at all, if you want to find out the departmental average, right? Now I can take here DEPT number I'm taking here. Same thing I'll try to mention here in after group by. Now let me execute this one. For department wise average salary as DEPT underscore AVG underscore sal. This is my alias name actually. Okay. Alias name you can take in different way also. I'll talk about that one later. For now, you just try to understand. I took it in lowercase. That is the reason it is displaying it in a lowercase only. Okay. So same thing. How do we do it in PySpark? That's what I wanted to understand here. Now come on, help me. Help me. Hmm. DF dot select expr of hmm,
Department number.
mhm. DEPT
Department name.
or like department number. Uh-huh. comma, within double quotes, average of salary, yeah? Average of salary. If you write like this, will this work? Will this work? No. So SQL kind of expression, if I am able to write, means like directly you can write all these things here. So what I'm trying to say within double quotes here, DEPT number, you can write it right, average of salary. Department number, comma, okay. So I'll just mention here, average of salary as average underscore salary. I can write, it will throw error, I know. Okay, what I need to mention here is our department number. Now I can write like this as
So I
average.
think we need to department underscore DF. I think.
Not required. No, department wise salary. I'm just trying to do that one, right? Uh, okay, so I think group by, okay, department he did not take. That is the reason why we got it directly. Okay. Now see, we can do it in another way also actually, because directly you can write here group, sorry, my group by y small here, group by, what we can do is department number, we can mention it. Okay, within double quotes, we need to do. But since I did not explain this one, I was just hesitating to write that one. The query does not include group by class, add group by to turn the window functions. Okay, it is expecting a window functions actually. Okay, that's fine, no problem. So what I will do is I'll just try to mention directly here average salary. I'll talk about this group by and all maybe in the following classes. Okay, for now I'm just trying to take here only the average salary here. Okay, so just try to take like this. Average salary is 2,223.4375. See, SQL expressions, you can directly write it within double quote. That's what I wanted to tell you here with this. Okay, within double quotes, you can mention related to only one column. That's it. Okay, so this is about select and select expression. So I think we are almost done with this one, select and select expression. Case conditions also you can write. That is what I mentioned here. Or if at all, if you want to mention all the columns here, you can take like this also. Expression of this one. You can mention alias name like this also, but I'll talk later, not now. Okay. The alias name also we can mention like this. So expression of salary greater than 2000 dot alias of this alias name we can mention that it is displaying as is. Okay, let me show you this one directly. So I'm just trying to, I mean, if you're not taking any select expression, if you want to handle that one with the select and expression separately, you need to write like this. Okay. So df dot select of star I'm taking along with that one expression of this one. Even in SQL also we can able to write it this one, right? If greater than salary, but as we mentioned. But here just alias or as also we can mention here, no problem here. So, but here we have to write it within double quotes. We have to write it. So you can. This is also another way to mention the alias name here. That's what I wanted to show you here. So let me execute this one. See, if greater than 2000, is it greater than 2000? False. That's what we are getting here. Greater than 20,000. Sorry, not 2000. So that is the reason we are getting false here. If it is 2000, we could have got it as true here. See, we got true. Okay. Are we good with select?
Show of 5 means 5 records
Only
only.
5 records. Yeah, I told you right already.
Yes.
By default, it displays 20 records. If at all, if you want to restrict the number of records to 5 or 10 or like whatever the max records, like below max records, you can mention that number directly.
Good.
And by default, it displays the 20 characters in any one of the column, I can say. in any column. If you want to display the full column value, then truncate equal to false we need to use, right?
Yes.
Comma truncate equal to false. That's it. Hmm. Any question before I move on to the width column? Are we good? Or anything you wanted to play here? Or anything you wanted to understand?
Good, sure.
Okay.
Can we use where condition?
We can use, but on top of select, we use it actually. That also, that is my next topic actually. I'm about to discuss that. Filter or where anything we can use here. Okay. Hmm. So with column I'll discuss later. Maybe tomorrow I'll discuss. Now I'm going to discuss about the filter. Where is this one? Hmm. This is the one. So the command syntax for this one is data frame dot filter of condition. Some condition we can give. Salary greater than 2000 or department equal to 10 or like average salary greater than this much. Like whatever you want, you can write it. Okay. So today also I was trying to do this in my real-time code. So I have as of date column in my table. So I'm just trying to filter out only today's data. So for that, as of date equal to 2025 0915, like that I was trying to mention. Okay. Where also we can write, filter also we can write. Both are same only. Both are same output you'll get. Okay. The syntax is this one. It is just an alias name, guys. Where is just an alias name for the filter. Okay, what it take as an input actually condition means condition it will take either column or a string. Some expression it will take, I can say. Okay, so it returns Boolean type either true or false or a string of SQL expressions. Okay, so let me go ahead and use that one one by one, so that you'll understand it easy way. Now let's say I wanted to display the records where department number equal to 20. That's my requirement. How do we do it in SQL? First of all, tell me. SQL. Where is my SQL command? This is the one, right? Now come and help me with this one. So try to compare the SQL and this one here so that you can understand it easy way. Now how do we do that one? Now I'm removing all these things actually. I'm just trying to do star from here. So select star from this EMP view and where I wanted to display all the records actually. That is the reason why I took the star there. So where uh, DEPT number equal to 10 or 20, whatever you want, you can take it. Okay. Now see, this is my SQL expression actually. SQL command actually. Now, how do we do the same thing actually in selector? Now, there are multiple ways are there to do that activity. Now, what we need to do is df dot directly we can write filter of. Okay. So, how do we mention the column name actually? If at all, if you want to mention the column name, directly we can write like this. Okay. DEPT number. Can we write like this? Greater than, sorry, or equal to 10. Can I write like this? Can I write like this? It will not work out, guys, actually. You have to mention here call of column of department number equal to 20 so that it understands. Okay. Dot show, I forgot, right? Dot show. I'll just try to execute this and see. Same output we are getting or not here, here and here. See, DF by default will display all the records, all the columns or not, even if you don't mention. See, we can write the chain of transformations also, guys. What we can do is, can I write like this? Dot star. Can I write like this? Can I?
Yes.
Yeah, we can write it happily. See, first what it does actually. First it will select
Fit
all
down.
the columns for this one. On top of that one, indirectly, what is this is going to create? What this is going to create? Data frame only, right? Data frame dot filter only, right? We are using again. Okay, that is what it is going to display. Same thing, same output actually. If you don't want to use call here, mostly we use call, guys, actually. Df dot also we can use here. I'll just remove this one. Sometimes we use this one also. Okay, depends on your flexibility, I can say. Or df of department also we can use here. Anything is okay. All are same only. See, depart. Oh, sorry. Within double quotes we need to mention. So of uh, double quotes this. See, same. Able to understand?
Yes,
Shiva,
sir.
instead of filter, I just wanted to write here. Where can I write like this one? Same output. Anything is changing? No. Select star from this data frame where department I'm equal to. It is not equivalent to SQL command. Is it not equivalent to that? Same thing only. Just we are writing in a programmatic way. That's it. See, Bharat was asking, right? Hey, like, we can write everything in a here, right? Shiva, why are we writing these kind of expressions? Let's say I wanted to pass this 10 dynamically. How do we do that? How do we do that? Can I write like this? So my underscore DEPT underscore number equal to whatever I want, I can mention here. I mean 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. Okay. So copy this one and simply mention this one. Can I write like this? Can I write like this? Happily I can write it. Am I like making it dynamic or not? This is the advantage of the programmatic way. Here also you can mention that, but not directly. This is more flexible way to write it actually. Okay. Sorry.
So what is the difference? Where and filter? Both
Both are
are
same one, same only. Same one. There was one difference actually. Long back, one of my colleague was explaining. I didn't remember that difference. I think something and symbols and all we cannot use it in where we can use only them in filter conditions. Something that he was mentioning. I forgot that. I'll try to get the difference by tomorrow. Okay. We cannot use like if at all if you want to use multiple conditions we cannot use directly and condition here and symbols we cannot use. That's what he was mentioning. Okay, so I don't remember it exactly. I can get it definitely, but as per me, both are same. Okay, so this is what I was trying to mention here. So single column filter, either you can write like this or write like this also, or df off also we can write it. Anything is okay. Both are same only. Okay, so if at all if you want to use not equal to symbol, right? You guys know regularly how you use it, right? Okay, let me execute this one. So I'm getting this one, right? So generally in SQL, how do we write it? So we write less than greater than symbol, right? So this does not work out here, guys. Doesn't work here. You can write it in SQL, in SQL expressions. You can this will work happily in SQL, but this will not work here. You have to write the symbol like this only, exclamatory mark equal to symbol. So that you'll get output like this. Less than greater than will not work out in PySpark. For comparing purpose, I'm telling you. I don't mean like less than greater than will not work. Clear? Now Databricks is very easy, right? You will feel easy only.
Yes, sure.
But multiple methods are there, multiple ways you are writing, Shiva. That's
Huh.
the
I mean, see why I can tell you only one approach here. But what if you go get into the project and you see instead of like df dot, you're seeing df of that one? Then what do you understand from that? See, if I don't explain all the approaches, all the possible approaches that we use regularly, see, the style is depends on their like their day-to-day work activities. Some people they write select command df off. Some people they write it df off. Some people they mention clear, particularly mention call off. If you don't understand all these approaches, see they are easy, right? It's not difficult at all.
Mhm.
Once you
Yes.
start writing it regularly, then you'll get habituated to that.
So,
See, first time, second time you'll stuck, but next time onwards you'll write it just like that. How you're writing SQL expressions in SQL, right? The same way you can write it as.
okay, sure.
Okay. Yeah. So see, if you guys are really confusing with the multiple ways of writing all these comments, then I can explain only one approach, single approach. But my point is, you're not supposed to get any surprises in your real-time project if you see other variations. Okay.
Most of the time, which expression in real time using?
I prefer to write call off. That works everywhere. I mean, that's up to you. Which one you're comfortable, you can use that one. I use call off. Okay. That is about that. Where condition. Okay, multiple things are there in the where condition. Not equal to we already discussed, right? So equal to symbol we already discussed. Equal to we have to use. Okay, not only department number we can. Okay, not equal to we can write like this also, guys. Actually, okay. So good that we got that. Now equal to we can write it as is. Sorry. So put this one in a parenthesis here as is. Okay, so simply put negation symbol here. So that negation symbol, in the keyboard, just above the tab. Okay, you simply write like this. This is also like works here. Instead of not equal to symbol, or we are just negating that one. This is equivalent to not equal. And you don't need to write that select star every time. If you want to select only few columns here, on top of that one, if you want to apply the filter condition, then of course you can go ahead and use here employee number, comma, e-name, within double quotes we need to mention, of course. Okay, and salary also I'll try to display here. Okay, salary. Okay, let me execute this one. See here, I'm getting the same as it is output. Okay. Mm, so multiple columns, we can use and symbols like this, guys. So in SQL, how do we write it actually? How do we write it? We write it and, right? Okay, so what I wanted to do is department number 10, department number equal to 10, and salary greater than 2000, I wanted to display. How do we write it in SQL? How do we write it in SQL? And salary greater than 1000 or 2000, whatever you want. Okay, execute this one. See how many people are there? 4 people are there. I wanted to execute the same thing in PySpark. How do we do that? Okay, I'm just removing here negation symbol. You guys understood very well about that. Now, understand one thing here. Okay, if I put directly here and symbol here, and what I'm trying to do is I can write here call of, let's say, within double quotes. I'm just trying to write here salary greater than 1000, right? If I write like this, it will throw error, guys. Okay, you know why it will throw error actually here? You know what will happen here? In where condition, always you have to write all these conditions separately within brackets are mandatory. What I would like to say is here. Okay, each expression you need to put it in a parenthesis here. Each expression. Now let me execute this one and see what you're getting. Output, I'm getting it properly. So, but in SQL, it is not required. But in PySpark, actually, if you're writing multiple conditions, you have to keep each filter condition in a parenthesis. You have to do this. Okay. R condition, if at all, if you want to write, simply use this. Okay. Shiva, I don't know all these things, Shiva. Okay. Tell me one simple way, actually. Tell me one simple way to do this activity. Yes, boss. You can do that one as well. I'll tell you that approach as well. Okay. Let me tell you one simple approach here. Okay. So
Can you
df dot
help?
select, df dot filter, we are discussing, right? So filter of within double quotes, whatever you know in SQL, same thing you try to mention within double quotes here. That's it. This is easiest approach, I can say. Easiest approach. So dot show. Execute this one. Same output you're getting here and here or not. Yes. I can say this is the easiest one. Instead of writing, I mean, sometimes we use this one also. Sometimes we have to use this also. Okay. Am I confusing? Is it too much? Too many things? Okay, I'll stop here. Tomorrow we can discuss the other options. Today is first day, right? I know you guys feel little difficult, but tomorrow onwards we regularly start writing all these comments so that we'll get hands on. Okay, yeah. So that is it from my end for today.
కానీ రియల్ టైంలో లాస్ట్ది యూస్ చేస్తారు కదా సింపుల్గా ఫిల్టర్ అనేది అంటే
To be
డిఎఫ్
frank, I
డాట్
used
సెలెక్ట్
this
ఆఫ్
approach also. I used
ట్రాన్స్మిటివ్
this
డాట్
approach
ఫిల్టర్
also. Both I used.
బోత్
Both I used. Okay.